And this is the Mercedes-Benz New York Rangers postgame show. Number one for the number one pick is one to remember. Alexis Lafreniere scores in overtime at 3:47, and the Rangers win it. Welcome to our Delta MSG studios. John Giannone, Steve Valiquette. We will remember that moment for not as long as Alexis Lafreniere will, for sure, but if ever a kid deserved to score after the night he had.
No doubt, the week he's had. And you know what I think about most when somebody scores their first NHL goal? Mom and dad at home.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, sister, used to play goal for him. They must be overjoyed, tears. You know, that's really exciting. And hopefully they're seeing this at home and back in Quebec, where a lot of people are going through a lot of tough times. I bet the entire province is just celebrating right now. What a moment.
Rejoicing for him, relief for the Rangers, who snap a four-game losing streak really on a night where, and we've talked about it throughout the four games that they didn't win, at least two, maybe three of them, deserved a better fate. Tonight, for certain, this was a night where the team that got the 2 points was the one that deserved it.
This is a little bit of the narrative that we picked up after the Devils game when Mackenzie Blackwood played as well as he did. Allmark was outstanding. This could have easily have been a 5-2 game. You have plays like this on a goalie that I think it's going to be like this, Johnny. It's just the way it is. Over the next little while, everybody in the division has a very good young goalie.
Yeah.
If the Rangers made any mistake in this game, I just think they warmed him up a little bit early on. A lot of shots. He felt the puck. By the time the Rangers got into the third period, he was warm. And then he was called upon to make several big saves, which he did make, and he responded. But, you know, I don't want the fans to get too upset with me, but get used to this. It's going to be tough to score in this division with these young goalies.
Beneficial decision from David Quinn to play Alexis Lafreniere in overtime. It pays off with the game-winning goal. Let's go back to Buffalo, where Dan Dunleavy is talking with and getting the reaction from Alexis Lafreniere.
Well, there will be a lot of firsts in your hockey career, and there already have been many, but can you put into words what you're feeling right now, not only as an individual, Alexis, but as a member of a team that so desperately early in the season needed this win?
Yeah, like you said, we needed this one, and, you know, I thought we played a really good game, really. We played 60 minutes. We had a lot of chances. Their goalie was good, so, you know, I was lucky enough to score in OT, and, you know, it feels good to have 2 points.
Coach Quinn has leaned on you right off the bat. How much has that meant to you, and how much has he, as well as other teammates around you, helped coach you into, if it can be called, enough of a comfort zone as you adapt to this game?
Yeah, for sure, coming in, a lot of adaptation, and, you know, the guys have been awesome with me, and, you know, Coach Quinn, you know, he trusts me, so it's really fun, and, you know, like I said, it's a really big win for us.
To the game itself, again, you're out-shooting opponents. You're getting a number of chances. Linus Ullmark was outstanding in net for Buffalo tonight. Was there any level of frustration on the bench compared to the first game against Buffalo, or was it a different energy tonight for your group?
No, we felt like we had a lot of chances, and you know, we just kept pushing, and you know, the bench was really loud today, so it helped us. You know, after a couple of big saves from their goalie, so you know, it was really big, and we're happy to leave here with 2 points.
I know that it'll be a night of phone calls while you travel, but the first call is back home, I assume.
Yeah. You know, my parents probably will call me, so really excited to talk to them.
Well, listen, enjoy that chat, enjoy the moment. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I think it's safe to say that Broadway hat has never fit so poorly, yet so perfectly at the same time on a person as it did on
like
Alexis.
a top hat.
Yeah.
It's hard not to get emotional about this game, though. I mean, how fitting was that? Especially with the roller coaster season the Rangers have been on. This changes the course of the team. And it's so nice, too, when it's a young guy like that getting his first goal, because the older guys rally around it, brings everybody together. They're going to have a really nice, feel-good trip home. And you know what, Johnny? Again, I just can't stop thinking about how overjoyed his parents are. I just love it for that. And, you know, congratulations to the kid.
Yeah, and we made mention, when you think about the kind of night Alexis Lafreniere had, that's probably why he was on the ice in overtime, and then why David Quinn would ride that hot hand.
Absolutely. Hey, Johnny, he deserved it, okay? His game was persistent, it was hungry, and it was driven. He had looks, he had chances. It started in the first 2 minutes of the very first period, all over the place. Third period, this scoring chance here, and he never got deterred. I didn't see him get frustrated. He kept going to the net. He got robbed there at the beginning of the third period. He kept going, he kept finding a way until it did get delivered to him from Blackwood. What a pass, too. You got to give him credit on the pass, but he opened up. And you know what else Lafreniere did there, Johnny? He stalled the puck on his stick for a split second. He didn't make the same mistake that he made on the first one. It wasn't a mistake. It was an all-mark great save, but he just held it for a split second to elevate. And that in itself is a skilled play under pressure in overtime.
And kudos to Colin Blackwell, not only for the forecheck, but the poise on the 2-on-1 to delay and make the pass. Another Ranger who had a solid night, really solid. Rangers don't even get to overtime without him, and that's Artemi Panarin. Assist on the first goal, scores the second.
Again, exactly what the Rangers needed, right? You need to have your letters. You got to have your core group. You got to have your leadership guys going, and they were going. And again, from the very beginning of the first period, it was noticeable that Kreider was skating. He didn't accomplish as much as Panarin did, and Zibanejad was going. But these guys have to fuel the group. Panarin does such a great job at slowing the game down. He can take pressure from 3, slow it down, play at the pace that he wants to play it at, and then put it into a soft area where Strome here dives down, keeps the offense going towards the net. Now you're forcing them to defend, and Matt Irwin is the one that actually passes this puck to Panarin. Goaltender's down because it's a broken play. The beneficiary is Panarin, but let's not lose sight of the fact that that play started 3 zones behind. When you see Panarin going up the ice 3 zones and making plays like that happen, it's a big part of the reason why. It's always like this with Panarin for me. 3 touches back or several seconds. He does something at the other end of the ice when he's at his best. That's why he was right up there with the top players in the league last year.
8 points in 7 games for Artemi Panarin. He was one of the guys often mentioned about needing to step up his game a little bit through the 4-game losing streak. Another player who was asked to do that, really demanded, was Ryan Strome. He came through with a goal tonight.
Yeah, and his goal was, again, it was forecheck offense. They had pressure in the first period. They were moving everybody back on the Buffalo blue line, and they were getting in behind them. And Strome did a nice job reading off of his line mates tonight. A lot of this work, too, it started in the neutral zone. Whether they were getting stuffed there and they had to win board battles, but they got support. And Buchnevich does a nice job here. Panarin's opening up, taking that pressure early, but sliding in behind and almost in disguise, lurking in the weeds is Panarin. And then you can see how everybody shifts. Goalies down, can't move as well. Defenders have all the attention and eyeballs on Panarin. The pass across the slot line, as I was talking about earlier in the game, that's how goals are scored in the NHL right now. That's how most goals are scored, low east to west, low east to west. In fact, the teams that won last year were the best at defending against that. So that's the flip side of it, but the Rangers had a nice night moving the puck tonight.